Testing. Hey guys, happy Monday. Welcome to the last week of school. Congratulations for making it this far and for surviving. It's it's been a crazy time, but today is the last day of review. Um, I've only had 6 people sign up on the sign up document from last week, which is not good because it's going to be a quiz grade when we meet tomorrow. Just the fact that we're meeting is going to be a quiz grade. It's not optional. So please make sure you do that. If you have problems with it, let me know and we can work it out. Um, I think 2 people have said when they want to sign up because they couldn't get it to work, and that's fine. If you need to just message me when you can meet, that's good. But we have to meet. I need to see where you're at and make sure you're going to be ready for this. So today we are just going to review real quick the combination, permutation, and R squared stuff. So combinations and permutations. So we're going to do one problem both ways. Okay, so um, I don't know. Let's say um, bag of Skittles. How many flavors of Skittles are there? There's green, yellow, red, purple, orange. Is that it? I think that's it. 5. Okay, let's see. Bag of Skittles. You can have uh, 3, and there are 5 colors. Okay, so if we're doing a permutation, which is what we started with, permutation means that the order does not matter. And if the order does not matter, our equation is n factorial over n minus r factorial. So n is the stuff we have, and r is the amount of slots. So if I plug those numbers in, I have 5 colors. So I'm going to plug in 5 for all my n's, and I have 3 slots. So that ends up giving me 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 over 5 times 3 is, or 5 minus 3 is 2 over 2 times 1. So the 2 times 1's cross out, and so I am left with 5 times 4 times 3, which gives me 20 times 3, which gives me 60. So I have 60 different ways I can get these Skittles matched up if I'm using a permutation. Because the order in which I get the Skittles doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I get red, purple, green, or green, purple, red. They don't care. But let's say they do. For some reason, they're being weird about it. And they say that the order does matter. Well, then our equation is the same thing, except we're going to divide it by another one of these. And let's say that instead of you getting 3, you can only get 2, just to make it a little different. So we have 5 different colors we can choose from, and we're only going to be able to pick 2 of them. And then whatever that answer is, we're going to divide that by 2 factorial. All right, so let's do the top piece first, and then we'll just divide it by 2 factorial. So if I do the top piece, 5 factorial is 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, divided by 5 minus 2 is 3, so that's divided by 3 times 2 times 1. Those cancel out, so I end up with 5 times 4. And then whatever I ended up here, I'm dividing it by 2 factorial. So that's 5 times 4 divided by 2 factorial, which is 2 times 1. So that ends up giving me 20 divided by 2, which gives me 10. And I have 10 options on combinations, which makes sense because you have less combinations than permutations. Okay? there's your combination permutation review. Now let's hop over to Desmos and remember what an R squared means. Oh no, oh no, check that out. Check that out. Check that out. Alrighty, so back on Desmos, um, our good friend. I'm back on Yay Math, that thing we saved. Um, how do how do I, yes, there you are. Arrow friend. Okay, cool. So, finding r squared was when I give you a parabola, and if you'll remember, r squared is sort of the measure by which the graph matches the points. So in other words, it's basically a measure of how accurate the points are. So I'm just going to make some points up. And remember to get this to work. Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. Remember to get this to work, you have to have this typed in. And you have to have this table. Go rewatch that video if you somehow lost this. I'm going to say 10, 8, 6, 5, 3, 1. Just for kicks. Oh, and you can't have that. Okay. And now I'm going to have 10, 5, 3, 4, 4, 7. Okay. And you'll see that here are all those points. Here are all the points that I graphed. Now, does it look like I could draw a perfect line through all of these? No, I definitely couldn't. And this accounts for that. So it's saying, okay, let's draw the line of best fit. What's the best fitting line we could possibly draw here? And what it decided was the line it picked gives us an r squared value of 0.96 right here. That's a weird 6, isn't it? It almost looks like a 0. 0.96. And if you'll remember from r squared, what you do with the r squared is you take the r squared value, r squared equals 0.96, multiply it by 100%, and you end up with 96%. On the exam, I'm not going to take 0.96 as the answer. I need you to give me the r squared value in the percentage form. So if you write r squared equals 0.9604, I'm going to count it wrong. Okay? Make a note of that somewhere because you don't want to miss something like this. This is easy. So when you get that problem, make sure that you simplify and that you multiply this by 100%, even though I wrote times 0, 0, because I'm dumb. There you go. Make sure you give me the percentage, not the decimal. That was r squared. If I give you points, you map it out with a line. And yeah, that was r squared. So going back to cover, what is this exam gonna cover? It's gonna be more like a test for this coronavirus unit. And I think now that I said coronavirus, this video might get taken down, but that's fine. You only need it for a day. It's going to cover graphing, right? All the stuff we did last week, which is what I think a lot of you guys are going to bring up tomorrow for our small group sessions. It's going to cover permutations and combinations, r squared, that little statistics stuff we did. There's going to be a couple of volume problems and area problems, just because you're going to see that in college. We're going to have a coyote problem, maybe 2. I don't think we need 2. Yeah, I gave you that list last week, but your homework tonight is not to do any of this for practice, because I think you guys were doing pretty well on the combination permutation jazz last week. Your homework for tonight is going to be to come up with a couple questions to ask tomorrow. To sign up, if you haven't signed up, sign up. I'll have the link on Google Classroom again, so you can do it again. But sign up for the meetings tomorrow. That's a grade. And then uh, come up with some questions to ask of maybe go back through the homeworks we did or just look at some stuff you were rusty on that you don't feel comfortable doing, especially with the graphing stuff. Um, and then we can work through it together. Okie doke. That's the video for today. Um, Best of luck. We're really getting there. Tomorrow we're asking questions. Wednesday you can take the exam and be done with Algebra 3. Woo! Bye. Something I forgot to mention. It doesn't matter, you don't have to sign up separately for different classes. If you're having algebra and chemistry exam, then you don't have to sign up for two different meetings. We can talk about both classes in each meeting.